to chat briefly about some things that I probably made a video about COVID a while ago, but when COVID first came out, I'm one of the novids, so there's people who never caught COVID, not even once. That is me. So they call us novids because we don't cohabitate or with COVID. Not friends. We don't with COVID. So we're the novids, I guess. That's why it came. And when COVID first came out, I was vaccinated immediately because I decided to be, and I booked my appointment immediately. And I never caught it, and I was not overly cautious. I barely wore a mask at all. And I never had the virus. And I'm very glad, of course, that I never caught it. And during that time, when COVID first started, the first year of it, of course, well, the first 2 years, I'm going to say, because I do remember, I did not order from any restaurant except Indian restaurants near me, because the ones near me are really good. So I only ate from Indian restaurants, as in from India, and I would order things like chicken sag, a lot, pretty much everything. Chicken sag with garlic naan bread, cheese naan bread, plain naan bread too, lamb biryani, chicken biryani, egg biryani. A lot of times I would order them all at the same time. Huge orders. And I would freeze the food so that I could eat it very slowly. And I still do that now, but I'm explaining what I was doing when COVID first started, because it put me in a safe zone, and it made me feel more comfortable, because I feel like I feel like Indian restaurants have a very they're very clean. I can trust them to be clean and to follow safety protocols. I don't feel like I can trust all restaurants the same way. So when COVID started, for sure was only eating Indian food. And now I'm eating more Indian food than anything else. And I eat this one too, and a little bit of everything. Indian food. Chicken biryani, I love the raw onion on the side. White or red onion is fine. Amazing. The ones near me, so far they don't have nuts in the biryani. It's usually chicken, rice, and herbs. I like that it's not nuts in it, because I don't like nuts to be in mine. And so, this is one of my favorites. It's Bombay Street Kitchen in Florida. It's beautiful inside and comfortable. The food is really good, and there's a lot of different ones. Of course, really good Indian food places here. This is the same restaurant, Bombay Street Kitchen, beautiful inside. And there's also Hyderabad Biryani. I enjoy their food too. And since I live nearby, some of them are closer than others, but I live by enough Indian food places so that at the time when COVID started, so that I did not have to, I lived pretty much walking distance to like 3 different Indian restaurants. So when the COVID came out, and it was perfect. So I would eat there a ton, and still I live I moved since then from there, but still I eat Indian restaurant food, and there's ones near me. And the Bombay Street Kitchen, there's Hyderabad Biryani, there's a lot of nice ones, more than I'm going to name right now. And it was a good idea because I never caught COVID, not even once. And I believe that Indian food, of course, is healthy, nutritious for me, and protein rich, vitamin rich. And also, I learned a way to eat it so that and incorporate my exercises into my routine so that I don't gain while I'm eating. And I'm not going to share what I do that works for my body, but I know what works for my body. I don't know if I'll share. Maybe one day I share, but not right now. But I know how to eat rice every day and not gain weight, what works for me. And, you know, even if I don't exercise every day, I can, for my body type, I can eat rice every day and not gain weight. I know what works for me. And so, I do exercise, and I know which exercises work for my body type. And, yeah, I never get tired of Indian food. And so, my favorite places to eat, number one, Indian restaurants. Of course, I cook, but when I'm not cooking, it's plenty of times where I'm not cooking, and I think I would prefer to not cook, because I grew up cooking all the time, and, you know, you get tired of it. So sometimes I really like not cooking, but, like, of course I'll always cook, because I think it's a good idea to always cook. It's beneficial. But, any chance I get, of course, which is often, I order Indian restaurant food. My favorite food to order from restaurants is Indian restaurant food. I also like Peruvian food. I like Mexican food. And I like Arabic food, which is Mediterranean. There's many Mediterranean restaurants I like. Aladdin Mediterranean Grill is one favorite. And it's a cute name. I like that it's Aladdin in there, in the title. And it's a very beautiful restaurant, like stunning. Absolutely stunning inside. And I'll show you the inside of the Aladdin one. Here it is, Aladdin. Absolutely beautiful. And see how beautiful and stunning that is? Oops, how stunning that is. So it's nice. It's a very comfortable sit-down restaurant. And, so I know what works for me, and I know what my favorites are, and works for my body type and everything. And, so those are pretty much the only restaurants I eat. Yeah, those are really the only restaurants I eat at. I really don't eat at other restaurants. Like, it's probably been, I think it's been like 3 years since I ate at Olive Garden, you know, and somebody else was paying for it, you know, so I remember it. It was an older black lady who was friends with my dad, who was paying for it, 'cause she likes the family, and she was in town, visiting, and she was like happy to see us, and so she paid for the Olive Garden, Red Lobster. She's taking us to Red Lobster too, and she is very nice. But I never eat anywhere else. Like, I know Italian food is really popular, but I don't really go to Italian restaurants. I don't go on my own, you know. I go if someone else wants to go. Only if someone else wants to go. On my own, I can go without Italian restaurants for forever, you know, for 4 or 5 years, or like nothing at all. And I don't care, you know. I prefer to, when it comes to Italian food, I like to make my own Italian food. But of course, I like restaurant Italian food. It's just it's not on my list of go-to restaurants. I never order on my own. And so, my homemade Italian food is really good. It tastes perfect. So, if I'm craving Italian, I usually will make it myself. And, of course, I love eating in restaurants. And, last time, in my most recent order, for Indian food, I will typically order like $300 worth of food or $400 worth of food, and then I'll refrigerate it or freeze it usually if it's that much, because that is a lot of food. So I like to freeze it and then reheat it for days and days. And I know it's just convenient for me, works for me. I know some people may not agree, but with eating leftovers, but I've been eating leftovers forever, so I don't know why not, you know. And it's very convenient for me. And I love it for sure. Enjoy it. And I have Indian food in my fridge, and I keep it in my fridge. I keep ordering it. And I don't have to eat crazy amounts to be satisfied. But and I really love how they give me so much food. They give Indian restaurants, they have the best value. Like, you get so much food for a great price. So, I like it. I like these plain. These taste really good to me, just like this. With the sauce is good. I just don't usually put the sauce on this. I put the sauces on other things. And yeah, so, and many times I've used DoorDash to order my Indian food, and then I'll order and then go pick it up, or I'll order and have them delivered to my house in Florida. So it's fun. And when I order Indian food, I always have an Indian mail delivery person. So I guess they have their own Indian delivery people, which is cool. My orders are always perfect. And in Florida, I like to exercise outside sometimes because the weather is so pretty. Like, some people don't like high humidity, but I love it. High humidity and heat. And so, like, if I want to, I'll tell you, since I'm talking about this now. So things I'll do, like when I place my pickup orders on DoorDash, or I don't even always use DoorDash, I just use sometimes, like maybe about 50% of the time. But when I don't use DoorDash, I will call the restaurant and place my order by phone. And when I place my order on the phone, either way, I like being able to order online just because it's kind of fun to go on the website and then put my information in. You know, I feel like the digital access is kind of fun, but I've ordered many times both ways. So I'll put my order when I pick up. I put my order, and then I go for some exercise before, and I like to go cycling. I'll go cycling outdoors to the restaurant because it's close. And then I'll have my exercise in, and then I'll cycle back. And me back and forth cycling is probably about, I don't think I've timed it because it's so much fun. But I feel like it's about 7 minutes back and forth for me to cycle at a, decent kind of medium to high intensity speed, because that's where I'm most comfortable going at that speed. And then I have the basket on my bike, and I'll put the food in there, and I'm 7 minutes there, I'm 7 minutes back. And sometimes since it's so close, I've even sat down many times inside of the restaurant to eat by myself or with friends, either way. But I'm one of those people, I don't mind eating by myself at restaurants, so I've done that at the Indian restaurants, and I enjoy that. And then I park my bike, or sometimes I've actually walked, but that I prefer to cycle because it's high humidity and high heat, and that feels good to me. But I like to be moving faster and be back and forth. And yeah, I could go in the car too, but I like to, I have the option of the car, of course, going in the car there. Sometimes I do go in the car. But like, let's say when I'm wanting to get my exercise in, then I will walk or cycle. Cycle usually comes first before walking for me, because because I'm keeping in mind what I'm gonna get from the store when I go. Indian grocery store is not far from me. Indian grocery store, Indian restaurant. And so I'm thinking, like, how am I gonna carry all this stuff? It's gonna be way easy. It's gonna be a piece of cake, nothing at all, even fun with my bike, because I have the huge baskets attached to my bike where I can put the food, the groceries, and then I can enjoy the outdoors and the nature, the birds. And yes, Florida has alligators, of course, but typically you won't see an alligator. Okay, here's how it works. You won't see an alligator unless you are living in Florida for like years. You have to be in Florida for at least a year, usually, to see an alligator. And once you've been in Florida long enough, you'll see an alligator. And you should, you follow the safety that you learn with alligators. But typically, day to day, we don't, living in Florida, we don't think about alligators every day. We don't, I know I don't fear them and I don't think about them. But yeah, I have alligator dreams, because living in Florida, you're going to, well, not everyone will start, but for me, of course, yeah, I've had many alligator dreams, because what happens with me, since I was little, God will show me what is to come. So I'll have a dream that I see an alligator approaching from a distance, or an open vision, or I don't know if you call it a vision. Like, I can see things when I'm awake too. I guess that's called a vision, but that's happened since I was little. It's kind of like I've been a baby psychic since I was little, and so I'll have the encounter before I have it in the flesh. So that God keeps me safe like that. He's done that my whole life since I was a baby. I was born this way with this gift. And Um, so I never fear because I always know what's to come. And I've kept that more of a secret most of my life, but I don't feel like I don't have to continue to keep it a secret anymore. No reason to. I just don't like for people to think I'm weird, because we're normal people. Those of us who are born psychic, like we are normal people. Just we just have a gift, We just have differences, and um, so far, yeah, you'll see an alligator in your distance, but it's very rare that you see them because of the time frames that I pick to go out, in and out. I pick a perfect time frame to leave and come back. So they have times of the day where they're more active than others. And even if they're active on a bike, no, I'm never afraid on a bike, But when you're walking, that's a different story, because like you can't go as fast um, when you're um, walking. You can't go as fast, and so I live. It's lovely. I've never feared an alligator. One day in my life, never. And when you see them in your distance, I didn't feel fear when I saw them in the distance. I felt like more like fascination, but kind of shock too. So like you feel that feeling in your stomach, like I guess it's a little bit of nervousness, but it's not. I wouldn't call it fear. So I saw an alligator in my distance, and you do what you feel to do, which is speed up on your bike and get some calories burn some more calories. And so you don't have to go crazy, but you can go fast enough where you're home and where you're back home in like 4 minutes when a slower ride is usually 7 minutes. But 3 to 4 minutes you're back because you're going at a faster pace, and it's fun too on the bike. So yep, that's how it is here. And I think I have ordered Pizza Hut, of course. Things like Pizza Hut is one of my favorites in Florida. And I've ordered like home delivery. They come to the front door, they ring the doorbell, and there's a DoorDash, Hispanic guy who's a lot of Spanish people and Indians like to do DoorDash delivery. So yeah, that is pretty cool. But I like humid and hot weather. I know everyone's different. Some people say that it's too hot for them and they can't handle the humidity, or they can't handle the heat or humidity. It's too much for them. But I love it, and I feel like my skin and my hair, everything looks great in high humidity and heat. So it's not a problem for me. And it's actually good. They say it's good for your skin and hair, so I believe it. And so, and being outdoors, being outdoors feels really, amazing. It's like a beautiful neighborhood, peaceful. The birds are chirping, the ice cream truck runs. And so, like, the neighbors are amazing people. The neighbors are always great. They feel like a family, And Um, so, because when I was little, I remember I would always be cycling when I was little, and it was really fun, and I've always enjoyed it. So, I, um, I always wanted to get back into cycling because I was doing other types of exercise, but I really miss cycling. So I combine that with other kinds of exercise, of course, to reach my goals.